Governor Kasich, you just wrapped up a tour for your new book, Two Paths, and I would love to borrow the term two paths to ask you some questions. The first one is personal. After you abandoned your bid, your presidential bid, you essentially had two paths. You could return to Ohio, focus on the issues in your state, and stay mum about what was going on in Washington, or you could speak up and make your voice heard on a national stage. Why did you choose to publish this book, participate in CNN debates, do interviews like this?
Well, first of all, the book is, this is my fourth book, and if you have a platform and an opportunity to say something that's constructive, you should do it. And so, you know, I think that a voice of bringing people together, of the way things can be, of the way that we hope and dream for our children, our grandchildren, for our nation, I think that people need to hear that voice, not just one of fighting and blaming and criticizing. I mean, I believe that our country is best when we're together.
And the book itself's extremely uplifting. I've read most of it.
Good.
You've also spoken out on a national stage against some of the things Republicans are doing. Are you worried at all about being a thorn in the Republican side or
No, I think
their
I have
agenda?
a right. I have a right to define what it means to be a Republican as much as anybody else does. So I don't worry about that. I mean, I don't do this because there's some joy in criticizing my own party. I don't like that. But if I see something that I don't agree with, and I can impact it, you know, if I can figure out a way to keep fewer people from losing their health insurance, I ought to do it. If I can say that, you know, as a Republican, you need to learn to work with Democrats and not hate them because you disagree with them on 9 things, well, the 10th may be, you may strike it rich.
And you're an advocate of Republicans working with Democrats to reform health care.
Right.
But if Democrats don't come to the table, Republicans
Well, let's give them a chance first.
Okay, but
and then
Republicans,
if they don't come, call them out. I'm not
so
presuming
how long
that.
should Republicans wait?
Well, they ought to ask them first. I'm not sure they asked them to come. I'm not sure they were serious in saying, let's work together on this. And any more than the Democrats, I don't think we're very serious about asking Republicans to come to the table when they created Obamacare. I mean, we live in a system now where it seems as though the party in power tries to write everything and excludes the other party. And that means that nothing is sustainable. It means that things are in a position of where, you know, they're not going to last because the party that is in power is out of power, then the party that was out of power comes in, tries to get rid of the things that the party in power did. I mean, if that sounds convoluted, it's because it is, and that's the way public policy is going these days, and it's not the right way to do anything.
But if Democrats don't come to the table, I mean, they want Obamacare in
Yeah,
place.
well, I mean, look, if they're not going to come to the table, then you write it yourself. But I wouldn't presume that.
There's 2 clear paths for Republicans right now with all the news coming out about the Russia investigation, the possible ties between President Trump's campaign and Moscow during the 2016 election. Republicans are looking at this thinking really they could keep their head down, they could stay quiet, they could try to focus on their agenda,
I don't think
or they could speak out.
Yeah, I don't think Republicans ought to hide, and I don't think Democrats ought to exploit. And we need to get to the bottom of it and be able to move on.
What about basketball? 2 paths, Cavs or Warriors?
Well, I mean, of course I'm for the Cavs because I'm going with a winner. I think they are likely to win because of, I'm not so sure that the Warriors can stop LeBron. And if they try to focus too much on him, Kyrie Irving is going to be really brilliant. So we'll see.
We will see. Last but not least, your term is coming to an end in about a year and a half. You have 2 paths. You could run for president again, or you would not run for president again. Which path do you choose?
Well, who knows? I enjoyed co-hosting The View. Maybe I'll be a permanent co-host. You never know.
Would you consider running for president again?
No, I'm not really thinking about that now. I don't know what I'm going to do because if I'm focusing on that, then it makes it harder for me to be objective now. And let me just do my job, and we'll see what happens here in the next few years. But I'm not planning anything in politics, but I am planning to keep a voice, and we'll just see how things develop.
All right, Governor, thank you so much for being
here. All right,
here.
thank
It was
you.
Great to meet you.
Great to be with you.